This is Doris again. I teach yoga at Planet Granite, Belmont, Sunnyvale, and Santa Clara. Thank you for joining me this morning at 7 a.m. for another live core yoga conditioning class. This is a 60-minute class that combines breath work with stagnant and dynamic positions to rebalance your body, to move more efficiently, and increase range of motion. In our last session, we created balance and activated the core and focused on the lower portion of our body. Hip flexors, glutes, and legs. In today's session, we'll continue to create balance and activate the core with a focus on the upper body. Hip flexors, lats, and arms to take pressure off of the traps and joints so that you can do what you love to do for the rest of your life pain-free. We will be using props to maximize feedback and increase core stability. So let us go ahead and set up the props. For today, you'll need 2 blocks, 2 5 to 6 inch balls, a resistance band, or a yoga strap. With the yoga strap, you want it looped, cinched, and measured hip bone to get it ready for class, and we'll put that aside. With the resistance band, you also want it hips width, and this is a 1/2 inch, 10 to 35 pound resistance band. To get it to hips width, you're gonna hold the band in one hand, you're gonna make a loop or a twist, and a small one. With the larger one, you're gonna make another twist, and you're gonna place that in your hand. So now you have a strand of 3 that will allow you to actually measure hip bone to hip bone. And we'll put that aside as well. So if you did not have a block to use today, you can use something of similar size, like a book, or a box that is actually strong enough when you put pressure on it, it will not collapse. And for the balls, you can use the blocks in place of the balls, but this is preferable. And if you don't have blocks, you want to actually then also use maybe perhaps a pillow where you can actually compress into it with your hands. And if you did not have a resistance band or a yoga strap, you can use any rope or a belt that will allow you to cinch it, tie it, so that it measures hip bone to hip bone when we're using it. So those are the props we'll be using today. And let us begin our session with breath work. So what I'd like you to do is go ahead and find yourself in a comfortable seated position. I'm going to go ahead and use my blocks to sit in a comfortable seated position in hero's pose. Or actually, I'm going to sit soles of my feet together in bound angle pose. And we're going to move into 3-part breathing. So what I'd like you to do is go ahead and bring your right palm to your heart or collarbone, your left palm to your belly. And allow the eyes to soften and perhaps close and just receive the breath here. And as you inhale and exhale softly, just draw attention to the breath. And let us repeat a mantra that helps us settle down and stay present in the moment. And the mantra I'd like us to repeat today, and you can repeat this silently in your own mind or out loud. May I be happy. May I be well. May I be free. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be free. And as you continue to repeat the mantra, continue to draw attention to the breath. soft, sweet, precious breath. And as you continue to notice the rise and fall of the breath, notice the belly, chest, collarbone rising on the inhale. Exhale, collarbone, chest, belly deflate. And let's just continue for 5 more cycles of breath. Belly, chest, collarbone rise. Exhale, collarbone, chest, belly deflate. Just allow for 1 more full cycle. And let us come back to the mantra. May I be happy. May I be well. May I be free. May you be happy. May you be well, and may you be free. And on your next inhale, circle the arms, reach it towards the sky, draw the palms in prayer, bring it towards your heart. Just allow the head to bow slowly, gently towards your heart, and take this moment to set your intention for your practice today. And then let us begin, allowing the eyes to gently open, releasing your hands onto your thighs. And just take a breath here, observing this delicate balance where the energy moves from the crown of your head, through your throat, through your heart, through your belly, all the way to your perineum. So let's move on to our mat. And we're going to try to create balance with our body. The more balanced we are, the more range of motion we'll have, and the less likely we'll injure ourselves. So we're going to start with, again, a lying down position, and just kind of check in with ourselves. You're going to take your block, and you're going to place it between your knees, just like so, and you're going to compress into it while you're lying down. And I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate, and you can just follow my instructions, my cues. So as you lie down, let the palms face up. Continue to compress into the block. Pull the toes on your feet in the direction of your nose, which is on your face. Continue to breathe as you compress into the block. And what you're looking for is, if your legs are nice and strong, tree trunk legs, pressing into the block, you're checking to see if your pelvis is level, if your glutes are equally pressing into the floor. And as you exhale, squeeze into your abdominal wall without flattening your back. As you inhale, continue to lift your rib cage. As you exhale, compress into the block and squeeze into your abdominal wall. And inhale 1, exhale 1. Let's get all the way to 5. Inhale 2, exhale 2. Inhale 3, exhale 3. Inhale 4, exhale 4. Inhale 5, exhale 5. And let's do one more. Inhale 6, exhale 6. And with the legs nice and strong, imagine those legs still tree trunk legs, no bend in the knee. Let's give a 60 compression into the block, and I'll count with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No bend in the knee. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Flex your feet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Final 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Give it one more. Nice good compression there. Squeeze into your abdominal wall and pull in through your belly as you bend your knees and bring the bottom of your feet to the floor. Go ahead and keep pressing into the block. Take a breath here, nice and easy. And then from here, I'm going to have you remove the block. And if you only have a block to use, you can go ahead and place the block right between your inner ankle, okay? Right there. Or you can, if you have a ball, which is preferable, you're going to place it in the same location. Reach for your band that you've set aside that's already looped with a band of 3, or use your yoga strap that's already measured hip bone to hip bone. Bring your legs through here, and the next position we're going to move into is a modified bridge pose, and it basically puts pressure in your glutes versus your traditional bridge pose, and I'll demonstrate and show you. Go ahead and now, as you lie down, press your inner ankle into the ball, and make sure the strap is about 1 inch above your knee. As you squeeze into your abdominal wall, make sure your ankle bone is underneath your knee bone. Let the palms face up again, and instead of scooting your shoulder, keep your shoulders relaxed down into the mat. Squeeze into your abdominal wall, push out into the band with your entire leg, tree trunk legs, even though they're bent. Lift your glutes up until the glutes are level to your pelvis, right here. It doesn't need to be higher, it just needs to be leveled. And then from here, continue to push out into the band simultaneously as you squeeze into your abdominal wall on the exhale. I'm going to do this for about 10 cycles of breath. So go ahead and do that. Inhale, 1. Exhale, 1. Inhale, 2. Exhale, 2. Inhale, 3. Exhale, 3. Continue to press out into the band. Squeeze into your abs. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 5. Allow the toes to point straight. Inhale, 7. Exhale, 7. Inhale, 8. Exhale, 8. Wiggle your toes if it feels like it has too much pressure. Inhale, 10. Exhale, 10. Go ahead and now lower your pelvis until it's about halfway down, maybe 2 inches from the floor. Continue to press out into the band, squeeze into your abdominal wall, and what you're looking for is pressure right in the glutes, right down the center. So the glutes are not on the outside of your hips. It's right down the center, closer towards the middle. And once you can feel those glutes burning, go ahead and push out into the band, squeeze into your abdominal wall, and bring it back to the level it was. And you're going to give me 10 of those. So on the exhale, lower your butt to the floor, halfway down, squeeze into your abs, and then bring it all the way back up. And then again, lower down, squeeze into your abs, and then push it back up. 2, 3, keep pushing onto the band, keep squeezing into your butt. 4, 5, 6, tree trunk legs. 7, bring it up, 8, strong glutes here, 9, bringing it back up, J-Lo to J-Lo. One more, exhale, and bring it back up, 10, excellent. Lower all the way down to the floor, draw your knees towards you, hug in, pull in through your belly, take the ball from your ankle, place it now between your knees. So if you feel a lot of pressure in your lower back, what you need to do is make sure the pressure is in your hip flexor. As you squeeze your knees into the ball or the block, make sure your ankle bone is nice and wide, wider than your knees. So I'm going to turn this direction so you can see. Big toe turn towards each other, squeezing into the ball, and knees above your hips. And what you're looking for is the hip flexor muscles to be burning. So as you squeeze into your hip flexors, staying on your back, I'm pointing them out where they are. You want the pressure right in this line versus the outside. And you're going to compress into the ball or into the block. And you're going to wait for the pressure to feel right in the hips. Once you can feel those hip flexor muscles working, remember, tree trunk legs. Pull the toes in the direction of your nose. Turn your big toe towards each other. Feel the burn in the hips. And go ahead and compress. 60 compressions, and I'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're compressing into the ball. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're pulling in through your belly. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Almost there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Final 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go ahead and lower your feet to the floor. So right now, we're just getting the body ready for movement. And you just woke up your glutes, which are right here. You woke up your hip flexor, which are right in the front of your thighs, right at the top of your thighs. They can generate 6 times your body weight energy. So I'm going to remove the ball now, and I'm going to actually take the band off for a moment. And you're going to take your band right now. If you have a band, that's what you're going to do. If you don't have a band, don't worry. Just don't use it. You're going to place the band in this direction, right behind you. And then with the loops, you're going to just place it around your knee, okay? And this creates a nice little harness, and it supports your pelvis. The next position I'm going to do is just basically to keep the pressure in your hip flexors, take the pressure out of your IT band, because we tend to overuse that area. And all we're doing is shifting pressure to your core. You're going to place your right heel on top of your left kneecap, and you're going to actually push down into it, and then making sure your right hip flexor is working and squeezing the abdominal wall. And then from there, you're going to draw your left knee towards you, so you're going to activate your left hip flexor while taking pressure out of your IT band. And you're going to hold this position, and you're going to compress into each other, your legs into each other. You're going to do that for 60 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pull in through your belly. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Point your feet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squeeze into your abs. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Final 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Coming back, taking a breath. Let's go ahead and now switch. Take the opposite heel on the kneecap. Push down into it until you can feel that left hip flexor working. Pulling into your belly, drawing your right knee up. And then now, go ahead and compress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Making sure your knee doesn't splay out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squeeze into your belly. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep your head on the floor. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go ahead and come all the way back. Take a breath here. So now that we've actually assured our hip flexors are working, we're going to roll to tabletop position. Feel free to come to tabletop with the band or without the band. And if you don't have a block, just make sure your knees are hips width. But if you do have a block, go ahead and turn your block nice and wide. Place it right at your inner ankle. And have your ball handy. We'll use it in just a little bit. We're going to make sure the wrist is underneath your shoulders. We're going to make sure your knees are underneath your hips. You're going to move into a cat position, rounding your back. And then a cow position, allowing the mid-back to come towards the floor. And we'll do that for several cycles. Exhale, rounding your back, squeezing into your belly button. Inhale, filling your chest, extending your pecs towards the wall in front of you. And then again, cat, and then cow. Excellent. So now that we have movement, and we're going to take the ball and we're going to now activate the lat muscles. And we're going to make sure the hip flexors are working. You're going to lower your elbow and forearm until your elbows are underneath your shoulders. You're going to take your ball, and if you don't have a ball, you can use a pillow that will support your head or a second block. And you're going to go ahead and place your forehead on the block or the ball. And you're going to press the palm of your hand into the block or ball. And you're going to go ahead and breathe. Make sure your mid-back is coming towards the floor. While you're in this position, I'm going to give you additional cues so that you can actually feel your hip flexors more. Go ahead and push your shin down to the floor. Squeeze into your abdominal wall. Visualize a horse right beneath you, and you're on the horse's saddle. Use your legs to squeeze into your horse's saddle. And make sure your glutes are aiming towards the ceiling. And with your chest, you want to really hug your horse. So you're going to bring your chest down towards your horse until you can feel your horse's hair on your chest, the warmth of your horse. Continue to press the palms into the ball or the block and breathe. And of course, if you don't have any of those props for your head, you can always make two fists and bring one to the center, the other on top, and stack them. But you're always still hugging into the horse, pulling the shoulder away from your ear. And as you pull the shoulder away from your ear and squeeze into your abdominal wall, continue to see if you could squeeze into your horse's saddle. And what you're looking for is a burning sensation at the top of your thighs, those muscles starting to work. And then from there, squeeze into your abs a little bit more. Inhale, 1. Exhale, 1. Inhale, 2. Exhale, 2. Inhale, 3. Exhale, 3. Inhale, 4. Exhale, 4. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 5. Good. Now walk your knees 2 inches behind you, a little further back to give you a little bit more space. So we're really going to feel the lat muscles now. Pull the shoulder away from your ear and then hug into your horse. Drive your elbows in the direction of your knees and squeeze into your abdominal wall. And one more time, you're going to inhale and exhale. Nice and easy. And what you're waiting for is the muscles across either side of your spine to start working. Right here, these lat muscles, okay? From your armpit towards your hip. And as you continue to compress into those muscles and start to get them to fire up, you're going to keep the shoulder away from your ear. And what you're doing is taking pressure away from your traps and your neck. So make sure when you put your forehead down to your fist or to the ball, your chin is not tucked in towards your chest. It's slightly tilted towards the floor. And the more you compress into the midline, the more you're going to feel your hip flexors and your lats. And those with the ball and a block, if you're pressing into the ball and the block with the palm of your hand, you're going to start feeling your serratus muscle, your armpit muscles. So keep doing that for 2 more cycles of breath, please. Good. Coming back, go ahead and now I'm going to have you grab your 2 balls, and if you don't have 2 balls, just keep your wrists underneath your shoulders. We're going to move into cat-cow. Make sure your knees are underneath your hips. Cat and cow. Cat and cow. One more, nice and easy. Cat and cow. Good. We're going to take a little bit of a twist here. We're going to thread the needle so that you can actually start opening up your rib cage and then building pressure again in your core, your lats. So what we're going to do is make sure your wrist is underneath your shoulders. You're going to come into a cow position. So this is cat and this is cow. So you want to come to cow, pull the shoulder away from your ear, squeeze into the ball, and with your right hand, you're going to thread the needle. So you're going to take your right palm underneath your left armpit, lower your right shoulder to the floor, and then with your opposite hand, you're going to press into the floor. Pull the left shoulder away from your ear and try to stick your chest forward while allowing your hip flexors to maintain the stability. Keep squeezing into that imaginary horse between your legs. And now with the muscles in your lats, push into the ball and lift your right shoulder 1 inch off the floor as you keep reaching that right arm away from your body. Squeeze into your left lats. Stick your chest out. Hold this position. Inhale 1. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. Inhale 5. Exhale 5. And come all the way back. Take a few cat, few cow, cat, and cow. Nice. So we're going to do it all on the other side now. So make sure, okay, that you're not rounding your back. You're staying in and maintaining in a cow position so that you can really feel these lats working. As you thread the needle, you're going to take the opposite arm underneath. You're going to pull into your belly, and you're going to stick your chest, squeeze into that imaginary horse, and you're going to come up. You're going to reach this ball. You're going to squeeze into your ass, stick your chest out, and you're going to hold this position on a count of 5 breaths. Inhale 1, exhale 1. Inhale 2, exhale 2. Inhale 3, exhale 3. Inhale 4, exhale 4. Inhale 5, exhale 5. Go ahead and push it back up. And again, cat and cow. So your core should be really fired up now. Your lats are working. So So let's rebalance that left and right side and see if it is true. You're going to extend your arms out into extended puppy. And if you have the ball or a block, go ahead, press your palm into the ball. If not, just continue to press your palm into the floor. But for everyone, make sure you don't sink your elbows down. You don't sink your shoulders down. We're taking pressure out of our joints. So you want to press into the palm, pull the shoulder away from your ear, and pull the shoulder blades down, your scapula down towards your hip. And then from there, extend your chest. Try not to bend your wrists, try not to bend your elbows, and lift your armpit, maybe a 1/4 inch, and breathe. And all the while, keep squeezing into that imaginary horse between your legs. Inhale, 1, exhale, 1. Inhale, 2, exhale, 2. Inhale, 3, exhale, 3. Inhale, 4, exhale, 4. Inhale, 5, exhale, 5. Go ahead and now press into the ball with the palm of your hand and inhale, come up, exhale, down. Inhale, come up, exhale, come down. Inhale, exhale, straight arm. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, exhale. Go ahead and press into your ball, come all the way back, and take a breath in a seated position where the crown of your head rests over your heart, over your belly. Good. And now we're going to use the lats, the hips, and see if we can actually build strength in our abdominal wall as well. So we're going to remove one ball. You're going to take either a ball or a block between your knees, okay? And you can keep the other block here if you like. It doesn't do anything. We're going to now come to tabletop, and we're going to, since now is weight bearing, it's important for you to understand that when it's in a weight bearing position, you don't want to put pressure in your joints, so you don't want to hyperextend in the elbow, and I have a tendency to do that with my right elbow, so I'm being mindful of that. And then you also want to make sure that your whole core muscles are working, the ones that we just woke up and activated. But now we are putting pressure in our wrists. So what you want to do is you want to make sure the muscles in your arms, your triceps, your biceps, and the muscles in your forearms are working, and also in your fingers. So what you want to do is actually, or the palms of your hands, you want to actually push together the mat as if the mat is about to split in half. So you're remaining active in this position, hugging into the midline. And where's your midline? All the way down your center. So as you come into tabletop, like so, I'm having you place the ball between your knees so that you can actually squeeze into it and feel your hip flexors working. And with the wrist underneath your shoulders and squeezing energetically, if the mat is about to split in half, bring your chest down and extend, and go ahead and now squeeze into the ball and lift your shin and allow, don't let the hips sink in, lift up, and then go ahead and extend forward until you can feel the lat muscles working, the burning there. Squeeze into the ball, lift your shin, point your feet, and hold. And squeeze your abs. Once you can feel your lats working, and you want to put a little bit more pressure, bend your elbows and hold. Right there. And if this is your max today, stay right there. If this is your max today, 1 inch down, stay right there. If it's more, hold it there. Inhale 1, exhale 1. Inhale 2, exhale 2. Inhale 3, exhale 3. Inhale, 4. Exhale, 4. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 5. And then push it straight up versus back, okay? Use the core muscles to bring the trunk up, right there. So now you can actually feel the burn all the way through here in the muscles in your arm versus your joints. So now we're going to do it again. But this time, we're going to now hug in, turn our toe under, squeeze the ball, lift 1 inch up, extend. So some of us will hold this position, others will bend the elbows, maybe 1 inch. And some may be a little lower. Inhale, 1, exhale, 1. Inhale, 2, exhale, 2. Inhale, 3, exhale, 3. Inhale, 4, exhale, 4. Inhale, 5, exhale, 5. And push your way up. Go ahead and now shift back. Squeeze into the ball. Remove your block to the side if there's a block. If there's no ball, just have tree trunk legs, micro bend your knees, crank your butt up towards the ceiling, and hold that position. Pull the shoulder away from your ear. Squeeze as if the mat is about to split in half. And lift your heel, look at your toes, breathe. Good. And as you continue to squeeze into your ball here, pull into your abs. And one more nice big breath here. Good. Walk your hands towards your feet. Nice and easy. Good. You're going to set yourself up for the next sequence that we're going to have. So let's go ahead and grab your blocks. I'm going to use 3 blocks to sit. Some of you can turn your blocks higher if you need. Some of you can use a chair in this position. So a chair is perfectly fine, okay? And as we hold on to the ball, okay, I want to make sure that you all can see me, okay? And thanks for sending messages as I'm doing this live. So what we're going to do here is make sure we have our props handy. And if you don't have props, you can do this whole sequence without props. But you'll have to actually squeeze your knees together and engage in the hips. So as I'm sitting here, I'm going to squeeze the ball, okay? And I'm going to take a second ball. I'm going to place it in my hand. I'm going to compress it into my hand and lift through my rib cage. And as I compress and I lift through my rib, crown of my head is over my heart. And as I press, I'm going to compress and start waking up the lat muscles. And as I compress, I'm going to press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to rotate in one direction, straight arm, no bend in the elbows. Try not to let the shoulder pop up. Keep it down. Lift through your rib cage. Squeeze into your knees together, prop or no prop, and then compress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Coming back. As you compress into the ball, you're going to slowly raise your arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Straight arms. and try not to let the shoulder come up. Keep it down. Bend your elbows. Bring the ball behind your head. Compress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Coming back. Bring the ball in front of you. Hold that position. Breathe. So now you have one ball in your hand, one ball in your knee. If you don't have props, go ahead and interlace your hand like so. If you do have your props, squeeze into the ball, pull into your belly. Now we're going to make sure these hips are working. So we're going to apply the upper body to the lower body in this process and also in this exercise. Press into the ball, lift your rib cage, and now come up off of your chair until your hips are about 1 inch above your knee. Just like so. And then as you press, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sit. And as you sit, again, bring your hands behind your head. Breathe. Hold. Rest. Good. And our next sequence is bringing the ball back in front. Lift up. Good. Now lift your heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Heel up and down. 6, 7. Stay on the ball of your feet. 8, 9, and 10. Sit. Bring your hands behind you. Press into the ball. Breathe. Smile. Lift your rib cage. Feel how strong your core is right now. Good. Coming back. Come back up. Okay? Step 1 foot back. Stay on the ball of that foot. Lower until your hips are right a little bit above your knee. Stick your butt back. Lift your rib cage. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Press into the ball. 4, 5. Squeeze your abs. 6, 7. Don't let the foot collapse. 8, 9, 10. Sit. Rest. Hands behind head. Open your elbows. Press into the ball. Take 1 more cycle of breath here. Bring it back. Go ahead. Come off your chair. Don't let the ankle collapse. Sink low. Step back with the opposite foot. Stay on the ball of that foot right now. And ready? 1, 2, 3. Press into the ball. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Take the ball behind you, press, and breathe. Good. Now, bring it back up. Take your ball in hand, okay? Squeeze your knees together. Open your feet a little bit wider. Lift your heel, squeeze into your knee. Open your arms, hold on to your ball. If you don't have a ball, it's perfectly fine. And go ahead and lower to one side. Lift your rib cage. Look at the ball that's extending up towards the ceiling. Squeeze into your lat that's crunched in. And now visualize a light bulb. Change that light bulb. Rotate that palm back and forth. And while we're doing this, how many of us change light bulbs? Probably all of us. But realistically, in climbing gyms, we're not always changing light bulbs, but we're definitely reaching for our handhold. So when we reach, we want to connect one side to the other side. We want to connect to our core. So when we change the light bulb, you can feel that muscle right underneath the shoulder blade, your serratus and your lats working. Coming back. Opposite. Squeezing in. Holding that line. Rotating, changing that lipo. Keeping the shoulder from coming up, away from your ear. Go ahead and come all the way back. Good. Now that our lats are working, I'm going to create some movement here. So, I'm going to go ahead and come up. I'm going to remove the blocks to the side. And what type of movement are we more likely to work on? A lot of us create jumps and moves. We walk, we sit, we stand. So those are things you want to do well. You want to find the suspension in your body. So that's what we were doing. So go ahead and again, squeeze into the ball. Press one more time. Feel that line. And lift your rib cage. And now we're going to do 10 jumps. Nice and easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now let's do it to the side. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ready? Let's go the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Let's go ahead and lower down. Take extended puppy. You can use the balls or no balls. And breathe. Nice and easy. You can come back to your mantra. May I be happy. May I be well. May I be free. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be free. And let's go ahead and remove the balls and push down into your hands, lift your armpits, no bend in the elbows, squish your mat together, squeeze into your imaginary horse, turn your toe under, and now moving into a down dog position, but micro bend your knees, allow the hips to aim towards the ceiling, pull the shoulder away from your ear, continue to lift your armpit, squeeze into your abdominal wall, and take a few more cycles of breath here. Keep your knees slightly bent in crouching tiger. If you are a tiger about to jump, all your power is in your hips. Pull into your belly and feel your center. Midline hug in. And then go ahead and jump to the top of your mat. And come to chair pose. Now feel the range of motion in your arms. Feel the strength in your heel. Put the weight in your heel. Bring your hands behind your head so you could feel your lats. Lift through your rib cage. Open those elbows. Good. Hinge forward. Step your right leg back. Right there. Into crescent. Tree trunk leg with the right leg. Left plate, left hips, working, firing up. As we come up, bring the arms up. Hands behind head again. Balancing the crown of your head over your heart, over your belly. And now feel the strength in your center. Good. As you exhale, lower the hands. Step back into crouching tiger again. Squeezing your mat together. Pulling into your belly, shoulder away from your ear. Micro bending your knees. Feeling as if you have the power to jump. As you exhale, hinge into plank. Stabilize your joints by engaging the muscles, pulling the shoulder away from your ear. And now, instead of sinking down your hips, lift your pelvis slightly up. Tree trunk legs. Push your armpit towards your hip. Chaturanga. 1. Push it back up. 2. Push it back up. 3. Push it back up. 4. Squeeze those abs. 5. Lift into your glutes. 6. 7. Tree trunk legs. 8. 9. And 10. Shift it back. Crouching tiger. Right foot forward. Again, before you come up, left leg is a tree trunk, right hip flexor is working, left glute is working, rising up, lats fully engage from your armpit towards your hip, crown of your head over your heart, over your belly, and opening those armpits. Breathe. Exhale. Lowering the hands. Stepping back again in your down dog. Micro bend your knees. Crouching tiger. One more time. Hinge. Plank again. Some of you will stabilize in this position, squeezing into the mat, taking pressure away from your joints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Shift it back. One more time. Take one more cycles of breath here. And go ahead. You're a tiger, about to jump. Jump to the top of your mat. Excellent. Chair. Good. Interlace your hand. Put the weight in your heel. Squeeze into your abs. And sit. Good. And as we sit, we're going to now lengthen our hamstrings. So, let's go ahead and take a resistance band. Bring it around our waist. And play it around knee first so that you can actually lie down. Once you're in a lying down position, take your band off of your knee, place it on your heel. And let's say you don't have a resistance band, you can go ahead and place a yoga strap at the ball of your foot. But right now, what we're going to do is, let's see, where's my balls? Let's use a block then. Place it at your inner ankle and straighten your legs, flex your feet. Remember, these are 10 to 35 pound resistance band. So if some of you may have longer legs than me, and obviously you're going to get the full 35 pound resistance, okay? So what we're trying to do here is active stretching. So you're engaging your hip flexors, your abdominal wall, while allowing the hamstrings and especially the insertions to release. And you realize you're done with this exercise when you don't feel a pull in the back of your knee, when all you feel is the musculature on the top of your thighs. So we're going to just breathe here for a few more seconds, nice and easy. One more, nice big breath. Good. And then now we're going to compress 60 cycles into the block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No bend in the knee. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pull the toes in the direction of your belly button. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Final 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to take the block to the side, and then we're going to just go into Supta Upavista Konasana. So you're going to turn your big toe towards each other, roll your thighs in, palms face up, and what you're waiting for here is now the pressure again on the outside of your legs to go away and the back of your knees to go away. And all you're going to feel is the hip flexors working. And then the core stability muscles starting to work. Some of you start shaking here, and that's very normal. 2 more cycles of breath here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Using the musculature on the inside of your legs is important to keep your thighs rolling in and coming all the way back. Bend your knees. Take the bend back to your knee one more time now. Lower your feet to the floor. Take your right ankle over left thigh in a figure 4. Lower the left side of your leg all the way to the left. Gazing towards your right. And just allow the right side or right hip to open up. And breathe. One more, nice and easy. And then come all the way back. Uncross, take the opposite ankle over in a figure 4. You don't have to scoot or anything, just keep the figure 4 and lower to the side, turning your gaze to your left. And again, just breathing, nice and easy. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more, nice and easy. Coming back. Go ahead and remove your bands. And take a moment now to come back to our original position by squeezing a block between our knees, but keep the knees bent this time for a breath. And then go ahead and straighten your legs if it's comfortable. And feel the center line from the crown of your head, through your throat, through your heart, through your belly, all the way to your perineum. We're going to move into some additional breath work. Feel free to stay on your back. Those that want to sit up for this, you can use your block and sit as I am doing, or you can stay on your back. And as we come to a place of center, allowing the thumb and index finger to join in the Jnana Mudra. I'm going to slow the breath down. So we're going to engage in the ocean breath. In the last class, I demonstrated the ocean breath, so I'll do it again. It's the sound of the ocean. It's like fogging your glasses as a constriction of the throat. So you're going to inhale and then go ahead on the exhale, open your mouth the size of a walnut and go as if you're fogging the glasses. And you do it on the inhale as well. And now try to do it with your mouth closed. The ocean breath has an immediate calming effect, activating the parasympathetic nervous system. So what we're going to try to do again here is take the least number of breath in 1 minute, and I'll let you know when 1 minute is up. And so I'm going to use the Ujjayi breath to help us in that process. So let us begin 1 minute, starting now, taking the least number of breaths. Let the breath come back to normal. Stay at the top of your head. Continue to allow energy to move from the crown of your head, through your throat, through your heart, through your belly, all the way to your root chakra, grounding you. And let this energy and light heal you, soothe you, comfort you. And let it cleanse you of all that does not serve you here today, and know all is well. And on your next inhale, circle the arms, reach it towards the sky, gathering up all the goodness and all the kindness in the world, bring it right to your heart center. And please join me in one round of Om as we send it back out into the world. So inhale together. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me here at Planet Granite Belmont, and I look forward to seeing you again. My next session is April 1st. We'll be covering abdominal wall, so catch all of my videos through Planet Granite Belmont Facebook page, and there'll be more videos coming. We'll have 2 a day, I believe, of other instructors as well. So thank you again so much for joining. Namaste. Have an awesome day. Love you all.